Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we tried the new weapon and a new aspect, and it was a ton of fun, the build that we had, and it was what was by most accounts our most successful run going up thus far. Didn't quite make it all the way, but came very close. As for what we have planned this time, I think we continue to experiment more with new aspects. Probably on different weapons, although, as I said, I did really like what we were doing last time. We stacked a whole bunch of attack speed, which was really cool. I think it feels like it's been the longest since we've used the staff, so let's just see if we were to go with the aspect of Melinoe, or any other aspect for that matter. Is there anything that we'd like to build around here? You channel your charge moves faster, so we could build all around a charge-based setup. After your attack or special hits 12 times, gain Serenity with your next charge move. Serenity makes your charge moves deal bonus damage and rapidly restore magic, making it easier for you to use those charge moves more consistently. It's interesting as well, it seems like in general the staff is very much centered around the magic and charge-based skills. I guess magic and staves, it makes sense. When you use charge moves, each fires in place up to 3 times until you use it again. There's a 3.5 second delay. I don't know what to make of that. That one feels a little bit harder to imagine. I feel like this is certainly the most straightforward. You just charge up those moves more quickly. And that is, to be fair, one of the major downsides of the charge up moves. It's just that it makes you a little bit vulnerable when you're doing that. So maybe we stick with this and we could upgrade it several times, it would seem. So maybe we get pretty aggressive on that front. Can't afford this last upgrade, or I imagine rank 5 is the last upgrade at least, but we're looking at 25% improved channeling speed. I mean, if we wanted to, we could probably go buy some Psyche from the shop, but that's probably overkill at this point. If we were to do this, which I certainly would like to after having just invested that much in it, that happens very quickly. Wow. I was going to say, I also did not really remember what the charge-up abilities were with this weapon specifically, but okay, sure. Then, if we are gonna go this route, then I think we very much want to focus on that across the board. So could we, for example, take something like the Moonbeam, so we get additional Selene stuff, because we're gonna want to absolutely prioritize Selene. So that intrigues me. I know usually we go with something defensive in the first area, but maybe we can get a little aggressive with the Moonbeam here. And then we did also upgrade some of our collecting tools, or at least one of our collecting tools. I think we made it so that we can now get... Where is it? On the pickaxe, fire. 50% chance to get an extra little fire boon credit whenever we mine something. Which is not a huge deal, but I mean, I don't know if we can upgrade this subsequently. I mean, obviously it means we'd also like to build around fire boons, so fire, charge up stuff, I think that's the game plan. We've done a whole lot of stuff with the pickaxe as of late, so I would kind of like to switch that up in the relatively near future, but since we just upgraded the pickaxe, probably should go that route. Oh, okay, we had the bonus bones on the torches, but we'll be alright. We don't need to take that bonus weapon every single time. So let's hop up. Let's see what we can do here. Definitely a different type of setup this time. Oh. Okay, really like the Selene early. As I was just saying, we want to build around her.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
I ought to welcome you more formally to our world's surface, little star. Part of me knew you would discover your way here. If you feel lost, you need but look aloft.
Alright, what can we get here? So, I think we want to prioritize something that we can spam a lot, and or we expect to have really good passive bonuses if we invest a whole lot in it later on in the run. So let's see, Hex makes everything else move slower for 4 seconds. We were reluctant to do this going down because we thought that Kronos, I'm pretty sure, is immune to it. So that kind of felt like that was taking away one of the biggest potential benefits from it. But since I imagine it still works against Prometheus, that might still be fine when we're going up. Hex fires a beam. Oh, we have done runs in the past where we invest heavily in this beam, and it can get extremely effective once you make it so that the beam can fire even when you're not standing there. So I like the potential there. Hex turns you impervious. Living Nightmare with her own abilities for 5 seconds. I don't know if we've ever really invested heavily in this one. I'm a little reluctant to do it here, especially since, in theory... Oh, wait. The full moon glows are the ones that are supposed to have the most potential? Gains upgrades +2 for your next path of stars. Oh! Oh, okay. I did not realize... Did it say in the past how many additional upgrades you get from subsequent Selene boons? This says you get +2 every time, +1 every time. Don't get any additional points with subsequent Selene boons. I did not remember that. And also, I had assumed it was the other way around, where the full moon... Or I think I had assumed it was the other way around, where the full moon glow benefits the least from upgrades, and then opposite end for the crescent moon glow. So that makes me a little more tempted to go the dark side here, but I still think Lunar Ray. So it's the slightly safer option. Wow, that is almost instantaneous. Oh, no, the reason why that felt almost instantaneous was because we did immediately get this. This Hex. Oh, and that can track us. Okay, not sure if I knew that. Have we seen that ability before? We must have, right? Oh, does it turn into the eyeball? Okay, we have not spent that much time going up, so we're still learning some of the stuffs.
Have to get out of this
The light of the moon is all that now illuminates the surface, where the dead have risen, and Olympus teeters on the brink of doom.
Okay, so lore-wise, or at least plot-wise, that makes some sense. The sun is not out, which is why Selene is here. It's not bright out, rather than Helios, the sun, for example. Okay, let's see what we can get from Hermes. Oh, okay, yeah, probably prioritize you, then we obviously want to get that house. Still don't know what these are technically called. For all intents and purposes, it's a house, right? Do this just because we can. Oh, I walked straight into that. Have taken some silly damage, and that is the benefit we've had in the past of taking one of those more defensive keepsakes, is we don't feel as bad about when we take little bits and pieces of damage in the lower floors. Gives us a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of margin for error. Something that we technically don't really have as much of on this occasion. We still have a little bit of healing in between rooms, I suppose.
Should be resting easy in your father's care, but Gramps shut it all down, flung open the underworld's gates, and here we are. If I were dead, I'd be mad too.
Oh, and I guess that explains in part why the people are rising from the dead if the god of the underworld has been captured and isn't able to do his job. Okay. It's starting to add up a little bit more. Alright, so technically speaking, if we can, we have some additional synergies with fire boons. There aren't any here. Hex requires using less magic before it is ready. That is tempting, because we are building around that, in theory. Whenever you are struck, you may dodge any damage. I do really like that, especially early on. That gives us a lot of time to benefit from that. All these things are great. Attack, special, and cast are faster. Does that include the charged ones? Because if so, then wow. It's going to be nearly instantaneous. And that's a little I mean, all these things. I want all of them. Like to see more Hermes.
Into Aphira.
Okay, we saw Heracles here. Was it on the previous round or the one before that? Okay, it feels like it's been a long time since we last saw Apollo. I imagine he would have a lot of the fire boons. That's a little tempting. Oh, definitely want that. That might turn into priority number one.
Barrier, did they?
And we can also do this, can't we? Okay, this makes it easier. Oh, triple Hera, right? That's someone we've only fairly recently learned about. I feel like there must be some potential there if we go that heavily in on one god or goddess. So I think maybe we go hammer first just to give ourselves a little bit more direction in terms of which of our charge skill we want to build around, and then once we do that, that's what we know what we want to do with Hera.
Pylon there.
Is a pylon. This is true. I thought that Freenos was an enemy trying to attack us for a second there. Not gonna lie to you. The way he just seemingly jumped straight at us. Yeah, I don't have a great sense for which of the charge moves we want to use. So I would like to have a boon or two that makes it look... Wow, you have a lot of layers of shield coming from this. Oh, also there's a house here that we should be taking out. That is something we should have noticed earlier. Yeah, just what is the... Is that what we want to prioritize? Is that would have been good earlier. Yeah, they're all lined up like that. It's a little hard to aim this properly, though, to be honest. Oh, and now we're running low on the magic. Okay. So, although we have already had some stuff to improve our hex setup, we aren't quite there yet. Also, we could... He would not throw that at me. We could do this. So this is why I don't love this one until we upgrade it further, because we do kind of get trapped. We absolutely get trapped in a specific place. Can't get the full value out of that ability. At least not until we can just set it and forget it, which is really nice. So that's my hope. So we can do that soon. But you, what will the hammer give us? Your charge special gains a power shot that deals plus 50% damage and restores magic. Okay, that may more or less be exactly what we were looking for. Dash strike, hits larger area, destroys... Whoa. Lots of armor. I mean, at least against big boss armored, or mini boss armored enemies, that could be really helpful. Special fires 2 projectiles, but have reduced range. I think we have to go for the charge special, right? Okay, so that gives us the direction we were looking for, right? Now we know special. We benefit a lot from investing in that. Oh, we also... I dodged that and then ran back into that. But this is exactly the type of enemy that we would have benefited from getting the extra armor damage on. Okay, just don't have that blow up on us. Okay, get a little bit of extra maximum magic, which is something that we in the past have not prioritized all that much, because we don't often find ourselves building that much around our hexes. That is going to be important this time. So that is meaningful. Okay. So, although I still don't have a great feel for what Hera is all about, I am still intrigued by having 3 of a kind here. So, let's give it a shot. Only one way to learn more, right? Let's test it out. If you have armor, you don't have that much health. Their houses probably should get rid of you soon. We are giving people shields. Nope, don't do that. Yeah, we did get rid of the thing that was giving the shields. We do already have this up. Give it a shot, but yeah, again, it's just we're so vulnerable while we're doing it. It would make such a huge difference if we can place it, have it auto-target, while we run off and do our own thing. So that is now probably top priority. That requires more Selene to make that happen, and that is not always the easiest thing to make happen. If we use that, our cast, a little bit more to slow enemies down, it might facilitate giving us the time to do this. Oop, I did not have the range I thought I had. Okay. I don't think have gifted any nectar to Hera yet, so I think we ought to do that. I mean, we can guess what her keepsake is going to do, right? Still worth it, I imagine.
Queen Hera, Out of all the matters you could be attending to, you've chosen to aid me. I am honored and would honor you in kind.
Is there a wedding date that I should know about, or are you merely being generous with me? In any case, when I'm offered to, there's always a catch. So, here.
All right.
You truly needn't have, Your Majesty.
There we go. Now, as for the boon itself...
First Kronos and now Prometheus are back to haunt us, all because we've failed to get rid of them back when we had a chance. Who next, I wonder? You
Oh,
witches
no.
really need to come up with a means to dispense with the mortals for good.
Oh, it's our job, not the gods themselves. I mean, to be fair, they did take care of Kronos, at least initially. And hopefully there aren't more big baddies for us to deal with after these two. Let's see, it's all Earth. Okay, again, if possible, it would be nice to go the fire route, but that's not an option here. Don't yet have any basic attack boons. Whenever you run out of magic, prime until the next location to restore all magic. Wait, what? Prime 16. Don't we usually walk into new locations with maximum magic anyway? I thought so. Am I not remembering that properly? Because that seems strange if the plus side is something that we would already be getting. Whenever you run out of magic, prime 16 magic until the next location. Oh, no, I think I get it. Okay, I think the way it works then is if you would run out of magic, you basically take a 16 magic penalty for that room, but it restores your remaining magic for the rest of that encounter immediately. So that way, if we were to spend all of our magic, set up some hexes, and then go, oh, shucks, we can't do anything else magic-wise in this room, it's a way to continue to restore our magic. We get that little bit of a penalty, so it's not purely infinite magic, but it could actually be quite good for us then. So I think we take it. It does help us. Oh, definitely take some of this as well.
Some bronze.
I think we've gotten our fair share of bronze thus far. It's more so the mined resources at the latter levels. Even those might be okay on. As I was saying, it's mostly the other stuff. I think the seeds in particular that we really need. So we're mostly just taking the axe because we just upgraded it, but in truth, we'd probably be better served taking something else instead. Okay, so let's double, perhaps even triple down on Hera. I don't like all these armored dudes. The game is going to continue to test me and make me question whether I ought to have taken that other ability that would have given us the extra damage against armor. Oh, so focused on doing that. I don't like these guys. I know the houses are making more baddies as well. Okay, got rid of one of them. Okay, I see that coming. Did we get rid of the other? I think we did. I walked into that.
Next.
Problem is also that this guy, at least when he has armor, can't be staggered. Just made it hard to prioritize what to hit first. Once the armor's gone, then it gets much easier though, of course.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay. So here's a higher rarity version of the attack boon that we saw before. Remind me what Hitch does. Afflicted foes take 30% of damage dealt to other afflicted... Wait. Afflicted foes take 30% of damage dealt. It basically reduces single target damage, but spreads out the damage into an AoE? Is that how it works? Charge moves create a rift that strike foes in front of and behind you, but use additional magic. I like how this builds around the charge up moves, which of course we are trying to prioritize. I don't love how this is lower rarity. I feel like we might take this, and since we're expecting to take Hera in perhaps the next room, maybe we hope we get this just with a higher rarity next time. So let's go for this. I mean, we were going to want an attack boon at some point, of course. No side rooms? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Remember, we do have this, which can restore a little bit of health. Usually, I would scoff at the double magic increase, but given how we are building around that, that might not be the worst idea. Okay, but I think you are the next priority. Oh, there's nothing up there? Okay. we have 3 runes left. I think it's going to be this. It might be Double Heart. And the question will be the last one. Will it end up being you? Will it be Hephaestus or Zeus? Not entirely sure. Huh? Okay, you're just hiding. I see now. You are armored. And you are, yes, very mobile, I remember. And you also disappear, which I did not remember. Thankfully, you are now armorless. You are now dead. As for you, I would like to be able to dodge. And I'd like to not get hit by that, or that. Oh, I did not expect that to happen. I did not remember that being a thing. Oh, okay, did not see the house. Did I remember to pick up these little moss piles before? I might have skipped some of them accidentally. Ooh, I don't remember seeing those spawn in the past. Okay, at least we got rid of that early, but a few more armored dudes for us to deal with. Nope. Fortunately, we can outrange you. Oh, I expect that to be the last wave of enemies. I'm a little surprised. Got rid of that. You guys all have armor, though. Get rid of your armor.
One left.
Oh. Close. But we got him.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, let's see. Our sprint inflicts hitch. While none of your other boons are common, deal more I don't think we have any common boons. This is the hammer, right? That's not common. That's our aspect. That's not common. So this is active. It's 15% damage across the board, but it does make us... It does potentially restrict us going forward. So I'm a little reluctant to commit to that right now. I feel like if it were at the very end and we still didn't have any common boons, then sure, why not? But this might not be the right time for it. Your hitch effects deal more damage and last plus 5 seconds. Maybe we go for that.
The sacred bond.
Since we have hitch on our attack, so we should be using that pretty regular. Inflicting hitch fairly regularly. Let's break this. Could have used that, but ultimately don't think we needed it. And I think that's everything in here. Okay, so now it gets a little trickier. Wait, what?
My Dolon's everywhere.
Excuse me. It does give us a little bit of monies for that. So the question is, what do we prioritize? We have already accumulated a bit of extra max magic. So I know I was saying maybe we could justify doing this, although it might not be strictly necessary. Didn't we get something that helped us in that regard? So getting just a little more firepower from one of these guys is a little tempting, and then obviously going the defensive route with the extra health. I think I was kind of assuming we were going to take this. It's solid value. Kind of hoping that was going to, break that, and then don't walk into that, though. This is a very small room, I'm realizing. That might be the benefits of the hitch, helping us hit multiple enemies there. There we go. Okay, just a little bit of silly damage walking into the fire. Ooh. We can't go into all 3 of these, can we? I doubt it. I don't remember last time we had this many options. I imagine we have to pick a door, any door. Let's go for this one. Oh. Go around this way. Do you make armored versions of those dudes? A little bit stronger than the usual ones. We have kind of trapped ourselves in a corner. I did do that to myself. Okay, I mean, it was worth 100 gold. Not that that's a game-changing amount, or at least unlikely to be a game-changing amount, but it is something. Oh, we are still allowed to go into these. I think we do. I think we do it. As I was saying, one of those extra boons might not be a huge deal, but... or room rewards might not be a huge deal, but if you get 3 of them, that can absolutely add up. Like a palm... I think we have a few things that could be very good to upgrade. Our attack... it's already pretty solid. We prime less magic every time we activate this. Now, if we are absolutely eating through our magic like crazy, multiple times per room, then this means we'll run out of magic more slowly. I'm not sure we're going to find ourselves being that aggressive with it. This is actually interesting. This versus this. 15% additional damage on our attack versus 10% additional hitch damage. Which, if I understood exactly how hitch worked a little bit better, I might be able to say which one is preferable. I mean, this number is obviously higher. We only have hitch on our attack right now, I think. Whereas if we were to get hitch on special or cast later on, then this could prove to be more beneficial than this. Maybe we stick with this for the time being, though. That's... oh, yeah, we actually... oh. Oh, that's a shop. I did not even realize that. Ooh, that's max life. It doesn't give us the 20... it only increases our max health. It doesn't give us that 25 health immediately. We could, however, purchase the max health and then immediately heal ourselves, or just go into the healing room, which we have access to. It's kind of expensive. It's more expensive than I would have expected, right? Isn't that more expensive than a heart would be from a shop? I mean, it's kind of bonus, because we usually would not be able to purchase anything at this stage without having to go into a dedicated shop, so maybe that's why we're paying a little bit of an extra fee for it. I think it is still worth it, though. Oh, and it does take a little bit of time before it arrives as well. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. And we have the option of getting a little more max magic as well. You know what? Let's do it.
Get here soon enough.
We'll get a little aggressive early here, since, in general, the type of build we're trying to create, I feel like it takes a little more time to turn it into reality. Since that's kind of the nature of hex builds. We've not... oh, you are invisible. Since we have not even had the chance to use all of our passive bonuses for the from the Selene keepsake. But here is additional max magic, so at this point, okay, I think we probably no longer need to be all that aggressive on the magic side, unless we find ourselves finding other reasons to use even more magic. Oh, for a second I thought we were trapped. Okay, so now it's a matter of, yeah, we could go here, but we basically just got the equivalent of 2 of those unexpectedly, bonus-wise. Well, we spent a little bit of gold for it, but I think gives us reason to go with one of these 2. Don't have a great feel for which one we would want to prioritize, other than that we do have a little bit of fire boon potential from our pickaxe. We didn't get the free pseudo boon from it before. But I think Hephaestus has a chance to give us fire boons, whereas I think Zeus is going to be all air. So maybe we go this route then. Obviously don't have a lot of other information to build around here, but I think what we're really looking for at this stage is a special boon. Oh. So we want to be using our charge special a lot. I might do it right now, in fact. Wow. Release this. Release the Kraken. I've seen enough.
Out of my sight.
Yeah, these guys proving to be a little bit annoying. And there's both of the deliveries from the shop that we just purchased those things from. And recoup a little bit of our investment from breaking those. So ideally we get high rarity special here, I think.
Automatons up here. Heard you ran afoul of the lot. Tested them every which way, but not in this particular scenario. If they give you any trouble, scrap them. You'll be doing me a favor.
He is probably the one who made them. Your cast deals damage 3 times in succession every 1 second. I like that a lot. I do like that a lot. After your dash, occasionally create a blast that deals 100 damage around a nearby foe, 9-second recharge time. Gain some armor, foes' attacks cannot knock you away. I think we have to do this.
Fine work as always.
Okay, I think that's just about the best thing we could have asked for there.
Time to go.
So we are done with all these rooms. We can heal a little bit here.
Amid the stench of
I think.
death lies a rejuvenating spring, etched from a block of stone into the likeness of the Verger goddess and the underworld's rightful queen.
This fountain. Mother.
Oh. Persephone. Alright, so that gets us back up to max health,
Barrier down.
with some to spare at that. So, yeah. Getting the extra 25 max health, even if we weren't able to immediately get that, doesn't really matter. We healed it off anyway. Oh, okay. A little extra mining. Get a free fire boon? We did. A pseudo fire... I don't know what do you technically call those? I can't even highlight them, but the little 5 next to the earth and 1 next to the fire. So yeah, earth has absolutely been the focus thus far.
I made it all the way up to the mountain of the gods, my lord. Though I missed you up there. I never thought I'd see a place you couldn't reach by boat.
I guess the rivers do not run that high up. But he has the little picket sign, or whatever you want to call it.
You have a very good distributor.
Alright. So, we did spend a bit earlier, but I think we can certainly still take this.
Keep getting shipments of those gold and Chronos coins. I melt them down and dump the goop into the earth from whence it came.
Dump the
So
goop.
Chronos can make more.
Wait, what? Hold on. You lost me at so Chronos can make more. Keep getting shipments of those golden Chronos coins. They are Chronos coins? I'm not sure I realized that. And melt them down, dump the goop, that also distracted me, into the earth from whence it came. So Chronos can make more of the coins? Specials occasionally create a blast that oh, was this? Oh, that was cast, not special. Oops. Okay, well, this is what we were looking for then. Your specials occasionally create a blast that deals 400 damage in the area. That is an 11-second cooldown, but I think it is almost certainly worth it. What with it being higher rarity and also the special is the one that we want to be building around. Yeah, it's nice to have extra damage on the dash and extra damage to armor, but this is what we're looking for, I think. It's kind of a slow pace playstyle in general from Hephaestus, since it deals a big chunk of damage and then has a long cooldown, but that might work well with what we're doing with the charge up skills anyway. We could buy this too. It feels like overkill when we would, after doing this, get at over 200 magic, but then we have a little bit of the luxury of being able to prime from other boons going forward and not having to worry about that. But since we have, where is it? The one that basically allows us to recycle magic with a little bit of a penalty, this one. Just feels like loading up on crazy amounts of magic is not doing us much good. So maybe we just save the coins and later on it allows us to be more aggressive in a subsequent shop. So let's jump in.
Step right up. Oh, hey. I wanted to say thanks. Gave me a real zinger there last time, you know that?
The lingo they're using. Goop, zinger, not exactly lines that I expected them to be dropping.
You're back, and you're grateful that I vanquished you earlier. You seem more the sort to hold a grudge.
Apparently not.
I am. It's just, I hadn't had a good night's sleep in I don't know how long. After you knocked me out cold, I woke up feeling more refreshed than ever. And real hungry, too.
Okay. Well, we did see, was it last time, the first time that he picked us up and dealt huge damage? Because that was a recent thing that we discovered, and it was a little alarming. Because it was pretty dramatic. I wasn't entirely sure what triggered it, to be honest with you. can be a little more patient if we do stuff like, oh, like that, except he had an answer. Oh, okay. That was also maybe not the best time for that. Grab? Did you grab Freenos? And you healed from grabbing Freenos? What did you grab? And you healed. It wasn't us, which I guess is a good thing, but nonetheless, it was not what I expected. Okay, that's also still not ideal until we can further upgrade it. Okay, so that's your first phase. Create these guys. They're gonna create fiery stuff on the ground, which is annoying, especially when Polyphemus himself creates areas where we don't want to go. That wasn't really helpful. Okay, that AoE doesn't go, yeah, it doesn't go the full length of the arena. Not quite. I do know that we have the cast back, or the hex back, but again, it's just finding the window to use it is easier said than done. That might have been it, just before he actually started doing that ability. I could not aim that properly for a second there. I don't know that that's going to hit him as well. No. Unfortunately not. That is what we'd like to see. But it is not the easiest thing to make that happen.
Alright, wake up, wake up.
Oop. Our special is charging quickly. Our hex is charging quickly, which is nice. Oh, but now we are, okay, out of magic, so yes, the magic comes back because of our Hera boon, but you see we are now priming 16 of our magic, at least for this room. And then that prime will go away once this room is done. So that is how I eventually figured it would work. Now we have some confirmation. Oh, okay, you got a little closer than I expected there. We'll also do this. Okay, that's next phase. Which I don't really remember what you do, but I feel like, yeah. Oh, I just got hit by that twice. Like a buffoon. I was gonna say, I feel like we found last time that he dealt the vast majority of his damage to us in this last phase. Ooh, that move is quick. Hear me when I do this? Oh, that technically wasn't hitting you. Wonderful. That does go the full reno. Very close to it. Ooh, okay. And he's almost down. So maybe we can finish him off like this. There we go. Okay. It was slow, but I think our build is in general going to be a little bit slow, at least until we can stack up even more damage on what, probably our hex, mostly. But, as I was saying, the special, although effective, has a natural slow pace to it. Is there anything else in this room that we want? I don't think so. I think we're moving on. We did take a somewhat reasonable amount of damage, but should be able to heal off a fair bit of that here. In fact, I think we can heal back up to full. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, but now, okay, sure, pick this up. My question now is, since we did not get to any of the additional Selene areas so that we could use our additional 4 upgrade points from the Moonbeam, if we switch off of the Moonbeam now, do we keep those 4 additional upgrades? Or do those go away and we just never benefit from having used this on the first floor? Because the comparison, the natural comparison feels like the gold purse, where you get those 100 coins immediately, and even if you don't use them and switch to a different keepsake, you still keep them. So is it the same deal with the Moonbeam? I am not sure. I would really like to get those additional upgrade points. It's 8 encounters away from being upgraded again, which means it is possible for it to get upgraded on this run. So that's a little tempting to hold on to it just for that reason. Maybe we will, just to play it safe, but if we were min-maxing, we'd like to throw something on like the gold purse, at least benefit from that additional little 100 gold infusion, and then we can start shifting over to other stuff as well after that. So here's the keepsake from Hera, and yeah, it functions the same way as the other god and goddess-specific boons. Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll stick with what we're getting here. Again, it might not be necessary, but we'll play it a little bit safe.
Done there.
And worst comes to worst, we upgrade the keepsake.
Too far to swim, but all those ships out there are swift.
Okay, well, one thing we did see in the past 2 runs have been certain pets.
The
A
spectral
familiar.
fleet is still intact.
It was, yeah, over here. I wonder if maybe this time we might be able to actually get you for good.
Don't be afraid.
Because you don't seem to be running away. Or maybe you did? I don't know, it seemed like we were getting close to actually unlocking that cat familiar. Maybe only once we head back over to town. Okay, so these can get set on fire. The oil pits. Want to be careful around them. And you can snipe us from across the map.
The ship's helm.
Okay, this is exactly what we wanted to see. Ideally, would have liked to have seen this even earlier. But we will definitely take that.
Sea swords.
Okay, the swords are very quick. As we said, you have ridiculous range. That's our hammer, right? It really looked like it was attacking us. Oh, it's our cast. That's what it is. Our cast has it as well now. Okay. That's what it was coming from.
Stars.
Cast and special both have it. It was just coming from different sources. Okay, so yeah, we have a ton of points to work with here. So after using your Hex, you deal plus 5 damage this encounter. I do really like that, because we have the ability to spam our Hex many times in a single room. During Hex, take less damage. If we can get the upgrade, let's just find where it is. Hex pierces foes, that would kind of be useful. Hex also deals 50 damage every 0.2 seconds in an area around you. Hex has additional power when it first deals damage in each encounter. I think it's one of these last ones. Continually aims and fires on its own from wherever you use it. This is what I really want, because that just gives us the freedom to do whatever we want while our Hex is still damaging people. And, I mean, if we can get enough of these points to get multiple big upgrades, that would be incredible, but in general, it seems we want to be headed in that direction. So that means we'd be going... Don't love the take 10% less damage. I mean, if we're running around while the Hex is up, then I suppose it is a bit of a defensive boost. Hex also charges up automatically as though you used 1 magic every 1 second. Okay, that makes it even easier for us to spam it, although we have enough magic and magic restoration already that I think we didn't need the pseudo-magic spent all that much. Hex has plus 40 power over the course of every 1 second, so the longer it lasts, the more damage it deals. Okay, I'm gonna go straight here, and then if we can get other stuff along the way, that'd be great. Hex also charges even more automatic charge up. So serious Hex spam, and that's why we could get a crazy number of Hexes per room. So if we could get more of these 5% damage bonuses per Hex, that could really add up. Hex deals more damage, longer it hits enemies for, and then here's the one we really wanted. So now everything from here on out is either a bonus or could potentially be working its way toward one of these other ones. Like if we could get the triple in addition to this, that would be amazing, but that feels like it would take a crazy amount of additional points to get. Although, as we were saying, it is possible to get the keepsake upgraded on this run, so maybe we can still see it happen. Hex charges up automatically even more if we go this route. More power. I'm not opposed to the piercing as well. That could still be useful. What does this do for us? Don't love the additional power first time it damages in an encounter, because that's not so great for spamming it, whereas this is fantastic. Maybe we do this. Then it works us toward this one. Don't love that, don't love that, do love that, and then absolutely love that, but as for whether we're going to be able to get that far, not sure. Okay, so we can absolutely spam the heck out of our hex. Like, to absolutely crazy extents now. I still don't remember what the little bonus we get from both of these are. And if I did, that might be a good tiebreaker, but I don't recall. Let's go for this. It feels like it's been longer since we went the bones route. Is our hex ready to go? No, not quite, I guess. It's not quite that fast, but we can, of course, facilitate things a bit. Oh, that was not quite enough damage to take you out.
There.
Okay, that gives us armor. Long term, not great. Short term, obviously a little bit of a defensive boost, but would have probably preferred something like max health or max magic, which we might have gotten from the other option. You guys have armor. Oh, and you're the guy with the humongous AoE. Okay, I remember you. I remember your humongous AoE. Okay, there is the hex. Don't remember in these rooms if it resets after we do this, because it's kind of the same room, but it kind of isn't. Oh, it's still up. Okay, sure. We'll do that then. And that means we can go off and do our own thing. Hex took care of one of the armored enemies. That's nice. I didn't remember seeing... Oh, I did not expect you to be able to change the direction of your attack that quickly. I don't remember seeing if there were any upgrades for our Hex to increase the duration, because that would be nice. Especially since the longer our Hex goes for, the more damage potential it has. I did not expect you to show up there, and you have a lots of projectiles, and that was not where I meant to aim that. Hold on. Patience. You're still alive. Sure, because we can. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so we don't have anything going for either of these guys yet. Poseidon tends to be knocked back, which... I'm trying to think of the extent to which that could be helpful. I mean, given how we're kind of slow with our attacks, might buy us a little bit more time to do our charge-up stuff. If we were to get a boon that benefits from stacking fire, we theoretically could be able to benefit more from that. We already have 2. We have some potential to get it from mining stuff, and we don't have any water. So that feels like a very small thing to try to prioritize, but if we're looking for a tiebreaker, maybe it's that. It's also been a really long time since we last had Apollo. Yeah, also, we didn't really need to use our Hex at the end there because we would have been able to use it at the start of this encounter. Oh, I thought I saw a circle further away that represented this guy's attack. Oh, does he attack multiple times in that circle? It sets an initial circle, and then he attacks a second time with a different circle with that AoE, it seemed. That threw me off. I did not know he could do that. Let's definitely do that. Like, that's the initial one, and then he does it again. Now, on that occasion, he didn't really move, so the 2 circles had more or less the same area. That was not the case when he hit us. Do we have Apollo's keepsake? I honestly don't remember. Do we? Can we search that here? Not sure if we can. Guess we'll pass for now. It might be worth double checking that later.
If Artemis was terse or impolite with you, don't take it personally, please. It's how she is with everyone. Always been the solitary sort, and we never know where she is when we need her.
Well, hopefully she will make an appearance later on. Okay, so let's see. Sprint is faster and inflicts daze on surrounding enemies, which gives them a chance to deal no damage to us. That is a defensive boost on our dash, which is mostly about defenses, so that is kind of nice. After your charge cast expires, rapidly deal damage in an area for 2 seconds. I do like that, because it builds around our charge abilities. The special is more so the one that we're focusing on, but charge cast wouldn't be the worst thing. It is only common rarity, though, which is a little unfortunate. If you take damage, foes take damage, and we inflict daze on all foes, which is also sort of a defensive thing, although it does require that we get hurt first. It's obviously not ideal. I guess we go with this. It's not perfect. Do we need the magic? Honestly, I feel like we don't at this point. I feel like we've already done enough to build around the magic. Things that spend magic, sure. But max magic feels unnecessary. That was on cooldown, the Festus aspect of it. And by aspect, I mean boom. Okay. Oh, you are still alive. Okay. A little bit of gold from that. What is next? Moving on. You have armor. Oh, you are a lot bigger than it appeared at first. Really like to get rid of you, because you can basically lock down an entire area with such a skinny boat. That is ready, but yeah, gonna wait. Okay, Moonbeam just ranked up. Oh, actually, you know what? Can we do this right now? We can. Let's do it. Can we get any fire from that? Don't think I saw it pop up. Okay, so Nectar, I think we have precisely one. Didn't we find that there are now a bunch of additional Arcana cards that we've yet to unlock? Maybe it is worth prioritizing you a bit. Ooh. Wow, that was a lot of area of effect damage that we just had from that. Very useful, because there were a lot of enemies that got hit by it. We'll take that. Okay, so this gives max health. I like that. I do like that. I know it's just a small amount. These mini shops, I am not used to them. I am not used to them looking like this at all. Okay, I do like both of these things. Not so much the armor, but the max health, the additional bonus point for Selene. And one might not be a dramatic difference maker, but it would help. And is that going to be enough for us to actually open up the screen and use the points? Because we, I believe, should have just gotten more from this ranking up as well. So honestly, that might be even more meaningful, just being able to actually allocate the points that we've acquired. Okay, this, what, could be Charybdis? Have we seen any other mini-bosses yet on this floor? I don't remember if we have. Well, you know what? No comment. I will not speak ill of Charybdis. It is Charybdis. Okay.
Charybdis, devourer of ships.
Okay, so you attack the tentacles. Oh, I did not realize there was one over here as well. Okay, definitely about to... Oh, hit me. It's not the one that I expected, though. I don't have a great... It's a bit of a strange area that those abilities have. It's not really where I wanted that, was it? It's just hard to gauge that, because it goes in many different angles. Wow, man. Really should do this, for sure. Ooh, that was close. Nope. Please stop. Oh, man. I almost got skewered by all of those. Do come in quick succession. This again. do kind of, ooh, like the pacing of our special against bosses. Gives us a natural rhythm to when we want to be attacking and when we want to be dodging, which, you know, oftentimes is the case anyway. Just that, oh, there's more of them than I realized. Okay. Oh, do we attack Courageous itself? Oh, I did not remember that. And that is not, oh, I forgot that it goes in the direction that you pointed. That is so unfortunate. Oh no, oh no. I'm throwing now. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, apparently we're gonna use Death Defiance at this point. Oh, well, we're at it. Just quickly nab that. Now we actually aim it where we want to aim it. So I forgot that that's a thing that we need to do. I thought that it auto-targeted. It does not. Ooh, okay. Still takes a little bit longer than I would like for those to hit. If I'm being honest, I know we've gotten several ways to improve the speed, but still. Ooh, okay. Nope, nope, don't go here. Don't go here. Ooh, that was a risky place to go. Okay, you're doing that. You're also doing that. I sort of dodged into it, and yet we still managed to dodge it nonetheless. Can't really see you from that angle. Dodge that. Aim that at you. There we go. Okay. Definitely took way more damage than I would have liked there.
Ships have fallen in that moor.
Okay, but fortunately, we can get this Selene upgrade from the mini shop, and it gives us 3 points, one of which was from what we purchased, and the other 2, I think, are coming from the keepsake itself. So that gets us close, not quite far enough to be able to get the fanning pattern. What is the description on this exactly? Continuously, it does say continuously aims and fires. It doesn't necessarily just go in the direction you pointed, but I guess I pointed it in exactly the opposite direction, so that didn't help. If we go here, this definitely will make quite a difference, I think. Then, don't love that, but, or that. Okay.
With Selene's grace.
Fair enough. Then don't forget the boon from this. Oh, well, also, so I'm gonna forget you, because you're very well hidden.
Charybdis marked the doom of many unsuspecting ships, and in its ancient terror, now despoils the Seafield rift that has been slashed across the land.
How many ships have fallen to that thing?
Many, many, I am sure.
Kronos has quite the relentless fleet there in the rift of Thessaly. Ships packed with bodies and supplies. Very clever of you stowing away to disrupt the enemy lines.
Okay, let's see what we can get here. We don't yet have a sprint boon. Sprint causes surrounding foes to be struck by lightning bolts, which do use magic, but honestly, we could use ways to spend magic. So I think that might be a plus, if anything. Whenever you use magic, a random surrounding foe is struck by lightning. Oh! Oh man, combining these two things would be incredible. Your strikes emit chain lightning, but you prime additional magic. This is what I was saying before. Getting additional max magic at this stage just makes it so we don't feel as bad about priming more magic, so I wouldn't rule this out either. Your strikes. Does that mean every type of attack? Okay. I mean, all of these seem good. I suppose Zeus has a lot of ways to synergize with our build here, so maybe he is someone we should prioritize going forward. Really want these two things together. It's hard to prioritize one over the other. I guess I'll take Thunder Sprint, mostly just because it's higher rarity. We do get a shop here. How much monies do we have at this point? I feel like, yeah, we spent somewhat recently.
Pale but
Don't have that much to work with. Oh! Oh, hold on. This is intriguing, though. Okay, not thrilled about the armor, but we'll take the random boon for sure.
Greetings, my dear.
It's even more from Hera.
Look, my dear, it's my beloved husband. the
Oh!
distinguished king
A duo boon, perhaps?
Who shall lead us all out of this mess. How goes it, son of Kronos? Any news?
Oh,
I like where this is going.
Hera, dear, for all your jesting with me, it can send the wrong impression to one unaccustomed to your dry and clever wit. You see that, Melinoe? Humor is the bond that makes marriage strong.
Alright, so these two are a couple, in case that was not obvious. Despite the fact that Zeus is well known for having, you know, some other relationships. Okay, so obviously, my attention is immediately drawn to the duo boon. Give up all your boons of Zeus. For each, raise 1 level for all boons of Hera. Oh, bonus level per Zeus boon. 4. So we only have 1 Zeus boon. So we aren't sacrificing much. We, however, do have a lot of Hera boons, so we would benefit a lot from that. I did really like our Zeus boon. It did synergize very well with what we were doing, but I think we still have to take this, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, hold on a second. This is level 6, so our attacks have plus 125% damage. Whenever we run out of magic and do the whole priming, recycling magic thing, we only take an 11 magic penalty, so that does help us with the whole magic spam stuff. Then this, our hitch effects deal even more damage in last 5 seconds. It's 55% additional damage. Hold on. Let me read hitch again. Afflicted foes take, and this number has definitely updated with that boon, 85% of damage. Wait, has that updated? I don't know. 85% of damage dealt to other afflicted foes. Oh, does that mean... Okay. You basically, once you hit one enemy with hitch, you then want to hit other enemies with hitch. And that way, that's how it spreads the damage. It doesn't, like, automatically hit neighboring enemies with hitch. You need to apply the hitch to more enemies. Okay. I think I'm starting to get it. So we could get even more max magic. Now we are spending a little bit less of it, to be honest, because we got rid of that Zeus boon that was going to spend some of it for us. So again, it feels like we'd probably rather save some of our gold, especially since we have spent a fair bit already. And I don't know if we've been to the... Oh no, we've seen the bonus NPC room for the previous floor, but have we seen it for the Rift of Thessaly? I'm not sure that we have.
Next vessel.
Have we?
And bigger fronds, stones from rivers,
Maybe
moss from
once
ponds.
before?
Lichen, garlic, bark of pine, dash of oil, drop hickeys, look who's back.
Oh yes, I think we have. And I don't know if we've gifted anything to you before, so I feel like we should do that now, even if we have already. Take our chances here, even if it's our last nectar. Let's do it.
Madam Cersei, I'm grateful
Cersei,
that we had a chance
right.
to meet again after all this time. Your kindness to me always meant a lot, and I wanted to give you this small token in return.
She made us smaller last run, I think, if I remember correctly.
Nectar! Oh, thank you, little miss. I've made attempts to brew my own, but never get it right. Though why don't you take this in kind? Think of it as a little island souvenir.
Okay, so it looks like we had not gifted to her before, because this is her keepsake.
It's beautiful.
It's a little pig. It's a piggy bank! And I have no idea what that's going to do, because she is not a direct boon gifting goddess, so she's not a goddess, she's a nymph or something, right?
Welcome, Poppet.
Witch.
Though, forgive me that I have not invited you inside my little hut. Such hospitality I don't extend to anyone. And I make no exceptions, not even for you.
I don't remember if there's some little detail there about, you know, some myths, some stories about her where that has particular significance.
Madam Cersei, that is perfectly all right, and there's no need to explain. We all live in seclusion in our own way. What other way is there? With privacy comes peace of mind.
True.
I'm grateful that you understand. Of late, I share my simple home with beasts, but that is all. This Isle of Aia is not mine, of course. Rather, it's my dear companion, and can be yours. So please, help yourself to anything you need whilst here.
Okay. Let's see. Randomly draw one of your inactive arcana and activate it this night. Could be helpful. Grow in size so that we deal more damage. Any healing effects are 25% stronger and restore 50% health. Now, we did take a whole bunch of damage from Charybdis. So although that does feel like it's a little bit of a short-term fix, I think that is still useful for us. And then, you know, long-term, the additional effect of the healing could still be a little bit of a dividend. So I think it may not be that exciting, but let's do it.
Thank you, madam.
Oh, okay, and this is why we weren't aggressive in our previous shop, because we are getting a ton of shops here. Is there anything else in this area? I'm sure she's not going to be pleased about us, you know, attempting to break various things in her little area. Hail, piggies. Wait, are those piggies? They look like sheep. Those are definitely still sheep. They are more orangish pink sheep, but sheep nonetheless. I wonder if they're going to get new models for those. They just haven't made them yet. Okay, we'll get a little bit of healing just from going to these rooms as well, which is helpful. This might be the last room before the boss, the penultimate room. It is. Okay. So, let's see. We have just enough to buy Hermes plus you, which... Does this also give us the health bonus? It should, right? I think so. Let's start with this. We'll see what we get.
Hear me on my authority.
Charge cast uses less magic. Okay, so here's the thing. We kind of don't want that. That's actually, by some accounts, detrimental. So I think we might pass on that. We want to spend as much magic as possible, in most cases. Most foes' range attack shots are slower, 40%. Might go that route, especially because we might be about to go up against Eris, and some of her attacks are projectiles, right? She can get pretty nasty to fight against. While your Hex is ready, you move and strike faster. It does relate to our Hex. We aren't always going to activate our Hex immediately, but now that we can activate it and then run off and do our own thing elsewhere, it's less often that we're just going to be holding on to our Hex. So I'm actually not thrilled about that. At least I don't think it's that good. There are some times where it'll be helpful, of course, especially in bosses when we can't take the time to drop the Hex, but I think this is actually going to be more consistent for us. And then, yeah, we could use most of our remaining gold on you for a marginal maximum health increase, but I think given how low we are, it's probably better if we just save that gold for subsequent shops, and this encounter, as I was saying, has proven very difficult in the past.
Ah. You're tougher than you look. I'll give you that trouble. And I'll give you something else for what you did to me last time.
Make it double?
The outcome of our prior meeting was the direct result of your provocation and hostility. Tonight may go even worse.
For her, not for us, right?
Wait, you're telling me our choices have consequences? Come on, don't be so gullible. Anyway, I'm gonna open fire now.
So matter of fact about it. Anyway, I'm gonna try to kill you now. It's like, do those count as things that are slower now? Those might. If so, then that was kind of the idea behind taking that previous boon. In theory, our base attack is much stronger than it was before. Okay, I was about to try to get the item, but no, I will resist. Our Hex is ready. As we were saying, there definitely will be some times when it is up. Waiting for her to come back in, and then we run, because I don't want to get hit by that. I'm not sure if that actually hit her, or if she was blocked. She might have actually been blocked. No, don't do that. Don't mind me. Don't remember getting much of those. Don't remember what those are, to be honest with you. Oh, I walked straight into that. She does stand still for a little while she is charging up attacks. Which is a little bit scary to attack her in those circumstances, but if we have things like that, our cast that we can just place there, then that is helpful, for sure. Oh, I walked straight into that as well. Okay, get you with this. Yes, we can. The damage is pretty solid. Okay, you don't have unlimited range. Also, Freenos tanking it like a champ. Thank you for walking into that. Ooh, that did not fully hit you, at least. Oh, yep, that's the real deal. Blended in for a second there. Ah, that was not a good place to be stuck. That is a good time to drop that, though. That is not a good time to walk into your friend. Okay, don't want to be there right now. Where'd you go? Oh, very silly. Again, kind of sloppy with positioning here. Also, they do have, she has one of her friends is still up. That one. It's a tiny sliver of health, which would be really nice just to get rid of altogether. No! Did you run away as soon as I activated that? You did, didn't you? That is Eris. For a second, I thought that was her little friend. Did I activate that just in time? Make sure it's still immune. Oh, okay. Out of range. Thank you for walking into that. Okay, wait for the cast. Or the hex. Please walk into it. I wasn't referring to myself walking into your attack. Obviously, we're going to use some Death Defiances here. As has always been the case with this encounter, because it is difficult, and I'm not particularly good at it. Oh! And I've not been reading her moves very well in terms of which ones I have to go where to dodge. Okay. X is up, waiting for you to actually decide where you want to go. Okay, now you gotta move. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Don't get greedy. That was close. No. No. Okay, well, at least it charged up our hex. No, stop running. Okay, we'll take the fire. It's comparatively much better than actually getting hit by Eris herself. That was a missed opportunity there. Little window. Stop trading friends. Just fight us. Oh, okay, but not like that. Preferably not like that. I did not mean it like that. Oh, what? Okay, now she's really mad. No! There we go, okay. At least we were close to having to use another Death Defiance, and I thought that last hit was gonna make us do it. But at least we avoided that. So we, used up one Death Defiance?
A golden apple.
Okay. Which, I mean, as I was saying, I still struggle for sure with that fight. I think it's quite tricky. Her damage gets really high, and then just didn't do a great job of reading which move she was using and where that meant we needed to stand. And this is where getting the extra health restoration from any future source of healing pays off. And now we no longer need to be using you. So we can switch. We can take a look at what this does. After the next Guardian, activate one random inactive Arcana card. Okay, so that only works for one Guardian, but I guess if we were to upgrade this multiple times, then you would have reason to seek out multiple Guardians and get more Arcana cards from that. But this is the final floor, so I think it is time to probably go Lucky or Tooth. I imagine That is typically what we go for when we are thinking it's going to be the last floor. Okay, so let's head in. I think if we could get more of those Zeus boons that we saw, and in one case had to actually get rid of, then that could definitely help. A little bit of extra resources, no free fire boon that time. Okay, so with that duo boon, we raised the level of all of our Hera boons by 4. Does that only affect the Hera boons that we already had, or does that also affect any future Hera boons that we acquire? Because if this is automatically getting +4 levels, then that's incredible. I mean, we would probably still take it over the palm anyway. But, okay, we'll test. We shall see. Are you already damaged? And almost dead. Now you are dead. I mean, I'll take it. Remember, those guys can be pretty annoying. That's a shield, okay. Either way, we're at least charging up our X. Maybe it's the armored versions, I think, that are really difficult to get rid of, because I think their attack is more tricky to do. Okay, nope, that lasts a very long time. These guys were unarmored, though, so we really should have just gone in from the get-go. Okay, well, Prometheus, and Prometheus's friend, at least, making an appearance here. Can we actually destroy this? Can it actually take damage? I'm not sure that it can, and also I think going after it was the wrong idea. Might make a future appearance. I think, if anything, when the eagle shows up, you just want to clear the zone as quickly as possible. There might still be another wave. No? Okay.
Be gone from here.
Oh! I forgot that we had this. Apparently we purchased maximum health previously. Okay, so the question was, is this going to be level 1 or is it going to be level 5? Only shows level 1 here, but I think we'll have to see after the fact. So your sprint inflicts hitch. We have not yet... Oh, we got rid of our Zeus sprint before. Okay, so if applying hitch, basically, applying hitch to as many enemies as possible is the way that we get our area of effect. Having hitch on our sprint seems like a great way to spread it. Whenever hitch-afflicted foes are slain, damage all other hitch-afflicted foes. I think spreading the hitch itself is going to be more meaningful at this point because we already have so much hitch damage from this and our other hitch-related boon here. So I'm leaning this way. Your boons become heroic, but they lose rarity every 5 encounters. Oh, snap. It's a reverse rare crop, which means later on in the run you get this, the better it is. Oh, man. If we were to speed run to Prometheus, this could be incredible. And it only affects 2 boons? Okay. We already have some fairly high rarity boons, so... Heroic is the red-colored one, so it'd be 1 above the purple, 2 above the blue. If we got this later on, then I would say absolutely, but I think... Lose rarity every 5 encounters? We probably have at least 5, potentially as many as 10 encounters until the final fight. I think we still take this.
By her grace.
Still don't know what the difference is between this type of room and that type of room. Nor do I have any idea what that was about. Okay. There is this gold urn that we almost missed. We are very low on gold, so I think we will do this.
Here goes. There they are.
Oh, I forgot to decide where I was going to land. These guys are both low on health. Probably could have taken them out. Grab this real quick. You guys seemingly all have armor, which I don't like. Now you don't. At least, most of you don't. I almost walked straight into that. I really want to hit the one that does have armor, and it did not want to target me. Stop trying to dodge me. Yeah, that's actually a short room. We'll take it. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, we had the question before of, does this get us closer to the boss while this is a bonus room? I mean, that's certainly better. Oh. Not loving that. You are the armored version, so if we had concerns earlier about seeing the stronger version of that guy, this is it. Not the one that we're fighting right now, but this is just a dragon, you know. Now he's trying to do that. Lasts a long time. Now we do this. And because you were armorless, we could also stun you. So maybe that was a little bit overkill. Now remember, we can spread hitch by doing this now, and it does deal some damage as well. Oh, that was fire from the dragon, dude. Wow, that was serious range. Okay, remember, basically everybody on this floor deals absolutely humongous damage. Oh, he can attack through that that gap. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how he got us last time as well, but his range is good, and he can ignore some of the cover, basically. Okay, so we're hoping for something big here, of course. Charge attack deals extra damage, also hits sideways. Our attacks are... We're not really doing much with the charged attack. If it were more with the charge special or charge cast, that would be great, but we don't really have anything charge attack specific. At least, unless until we take that. Attacks have more range, deal more damage to distant foes. That is nice. Also, attacks being faster, nice as well. Feel like we go with one of those two. Do we do that?
Enchanted for the night.
Anything else in here? We did see a lot of the golden urns before. That's an avalanche, is what that is. Okay, now I get it. Okay, I'm gonna go with the health. If these truly do not progress us toward the boss, then that's a little bit of an issue, because we've been taking a lot of these now. But I thought we saw last time round that the room before the boss itself was that type, which suggested that these rooms do progress us. But it was not... Still not... Oh, I did not remember what you did. So you are not the same as the other tank-like dudes we saw before. That is a golden urn there. Okay, you're all lined up, so I am going to do that. I know we don't yet have the piercing, but still. Oh, okay, you're armored. Nope. Stay away. Does that have enough range? It does if you walk into it, so thank you. Thank you as well. Oh, that little piece of cover messed me up. Okay, we are not done here, apparently. Which I do not like. Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, no. How much range did those guys have? Enough. Oh, they pinned me in the corner as well. There's also a golden urn over there. Oh, thank you. I was about to say, I don't like this encounter right now. Oh, she just destroys everything immediately?
Lady Athena.
I do not remember that being a thing. Thank you, Athena.
Beware ahead. The Titan Prometheus is able to elude me, knowing that I am focused on his vanguard forces. But he'll have no choice but to confront you if you press on.
He's the Titan of Foresight. He knows exactly what we're planning, doesn't he? And can retaliate accordingly.
He knows what is to come to some extent, yes. But he can only see outcomes, not read minds. And just because he knows you're coming doesn't mean he can stop you.
Okay, I mean, it's still a little unclear the extent to which he has foresight. This does shed a little more light on it. But it would seem as though he would be able to do a lot more than just know that we're headed in his direction. Okay, so what can we get from you? After you take damage, you become impervious for 2 seconds. It has a 13-second recharge time, but that does still sound really good. Specials also launch a projectile that can deflect. It's special, so I do like it, and the deflect is generally really good defensively. Your casts also deal a burst of damage and make you briefly deflect. That is the highest rarity option. Ooh. They're all fire, which is nice. If we ever get something that is based on the number of fire boons that we have. Okay, I guess I'm gonna take this one. I feel like it is certainly less reliable in terms of the deflect aspect relative to the defensive posture.
Wise choice.
But it makes... Ooh. Makes our attack... Makes our damage a little bit higher. I do like the prospects of getting another Hera boon. On the other hand, that is a mini-boss, and I don't know if we've ever had a mini-boss on Olympus, and I feel like we want to avoid that, especially when the alternative is an NPC, which could be very beneficial. Doesn't seem like there's any other stuff. Oh, and I wanted to double-check that Hera boon that we got earlier. The post-duo boon, did it get +5? Was it this? Yes, also deal damage. No, that's what we just got. This was Hermes, right? Where is... I don't remember, but the only ones we have that are high level are this, which we saw get upgraded, because we had it early. This one, which got upgraded because we had it early. And this one that got upgraded because we had it early. So it seems like it did not apply, and it will not apply to future Hera boons. So this one is not super useful for, or it's not especially helpful for us to synergize with the duo boon.
So I say, can't we just,
What is going on in here?
hash things out over a cup of wine, yeah?
Oh, I know who this is. Hatch things out over a cup of wine. Perhaps a god who played a prominent role in Hades 1, but we have not yet seen in Hades 2. There's a little bit of a hint, in fact there are numerous hints in the room, if you keep a close eye out for the pillar in front of us, and the barrels over there. This music is almost a carbon copy of a Transistor song. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it is extremely similar. It is the same song. It just has some additional like reverb on it and what have you. Instrumentally a little bit different. Alright, so who guessed?
Now, who is this? What kind of move do we have here?
That's a little over the top with the model.
Those eyes.
With the art.
Man, is that you? You've changed. I like it.
Oh, man.
Lord Dionysus, I presume. I'm Melinoe, sister to Zagreus. I've come to the mountain's aid at the family's behest. But what is the meaning of this festivity? Aren't you at war?
So it's Dionysus, the god of wine, and revelry as well, I think. So, there may not need to be any reason for the revelry.
Oh, Mel, right. The others mentioned you. Listen, baby, I'm into lots of different things, but war just isn't one of them. What's the use? We gods can't die, but we can live.
I mean, he's right about
The
that.
mountain is under siege. Kronos took my side of the family, and soon he may take yours.
All the more reason to raise a cup while we still can, yeah? Though I get it, not your thing. But why not have a little pick-me-up for the road ahead?
Okay.
Get a load of these.
Let's see. So you'll give us some boons, gain max life, but how much you have becomes a mystery. What? Random amount of max life? It says 100. Does that mean that's the maximum amount we could possibly get, and it's anywhere from 1 to 100? That's what I'm guessing? Or has it already rolled and we happen to get 100? That seems like a really high roll in that case. Every 8 seconds in each encounter, festive fog appears, making you stronger while in it. In that fog, we get a 40% damage bonus. Each encounter restores some life if you took any damage in that encounter. Lost life restored 70%? I mean, that seems pretty useful in a very difficult floor, like Olympus. I mean, all these seem pretty good. This might be bad. I mean, it is also the highest rarity. Let's go for bounce back.
And don't tell Athena or anybody that you saw us here.
Okay, we have already run into Athena. Now, this is not a place where we can heal a bunch of those mermaids or who knows what in there. Okay, again, the option of mini-boss Hera or shop. We have 410 coins. I think we're going to want to go that route then. Just now checking to see if there's any other golden urns that might change the math a little bit for us, but 410 is decent. Just a matter of, is this going to be the last shop for the final boss? I wouldn't think so, because that's a mini-boss. So, usually, you'd only have one choice for the penultimate room, which means we're probably still going to see another room, another shop on this floor. So we kind of don't want to spend every last coin, or if we do, we want to make sure we have an opportunity to get some back. We are getting a little bit more here. Okay. So, Zeus, we did have to give up on a good Zeus boon before. We have since replaced, it was the Zeus Dash, right, which we've since replaced with the Hera Dash, so we couldn't get that directly, but there were at least one or two other things that still looked helpful as well. So let's see. Your strikes emit chain lightning, but it primes some magic. I think that's still okay. After you take damage, you strike foes with lightning. And again, 50% of the time, whenever you use magic, a random surrounding foe is struck by lightning. I think we do this. I mean, it would have been the thing we really wanted to combine with the Zeus Dash, which we can no longer get, because it would have more or less been an automatic way to spend magic. We are still spending it a lot, but it's not quite as good of a combo as it would have been earlier. But we'll take the Duo Boon. Okay, so now we could afford both these things. Next room, we're expecting to be one of those two things, neither of which is a direct source of major coinage, but alright, I think we'll still take both of these. I mean, this, you could make the case not to go. You know what? I'm going to pass on the Palm. It's potentially okay, potentially decent, but you know, the things that we really like, we have upgraded numerous times, so we would get pretty significant diminishing returns at this point, and I think that means we would likely have better things to buy from the future shop, and with only 150 coins, if that next shop comes up soon, we would like to have at least some monies to work with there. And this, we know, gives us max health, so I think we go this route, rather than with the Psyche. A little bit more gold. Also a little bit more gold. What is going on over here? You're attacking the statue of the gods and goddesses? Is that what that's all about? Can I attack you over this table? I cannot. Can I attack you through the table? I cannot. That's also cool. Okay, you are absolutely nasty. I mean, there's so many of the guys on this floor. They're just terrible when they get the chance to hit you with their powerful skills. Love that we got rid of your armor. Love that the other guy seems to be distracted. Okay. Distracted just long enough. We could also use our Hex, but we'll wait to see if there's another wave, because there very well may be. There is. Okay, we're using it on you. Oh, you threw that right at your feet. I was not expecting that. You were not supposed to do that. You are now armorless as well. Got rid of one of you. Please go away. No! Oh, I got trapped in the corner. I did dodge, but I got trapped on this little the combination of this edge and this edge. Still got hit and took, I think, 2 projectiles worth of damage there, which stinks. Those are 30 damage apiece. Max magic or Apollo. I think we have to take Apollo here. Again, the max magic just doesn't do that much for us at this stage.
Hold still.
Okay, that was good Hephaestus value. Hold on. That. Fortunately, you were busy throwing projectiles into the table that you can't throw over. That. Oh, the armored kind. Hate that. Hate that. Oh, and then you put a shield on. That's illegal. Okay, but thank you, table. You were very helpful on that occasion. Stop putting the shield on. Kind of waiting for the Hex to come back, to be honest with you. So we can do this to whittle away at them a little more safely. Now you are armorless. Theoretically helps. They're starting to loop around, which I don't like. No, don't put your shield on. I didn't know if this thing was gonna protect us or not, so I hesitated. Is it just you now? Might be. Don't mind me. Assuming this is gonna be the last enemy. It wasn't. Oh no. Not more of these guys, and a big dragon as well. The dragons apparently can attack us through the cover, it seems, from prior experience. Hate that. Oh, we deflected one of their projectiles back at them. I don't think we can rely on that happening regularly. There's them, dragon attacking us through the cover. Ooh, and I almost walked straight into that. Is the dragon down? Don't know if it is. I'm not sure if it is. No. I was about to hit you with the charge special. Thank you. I don't know if that's going to hit you. It did not. This is ready, though. Okay. Don't like those guys. Really don't like those guys. Okay. Deal more damage until you take damage. If you take no damage for 15 seconds, regain this. If we play really defensively, that could help us. It's only a 10% damage boost, which is honestly not that big. Your casts expand in size until they expire. I do kind of like that. Your attack has a chance to hit 2 times. It's a low percentage, but we do have a very highly upgraded attack. So it's a little tempting. I think we might still want to go this route, though. It's a little more reliable. Yes, this is a fire boon. We still haven't found anything that powers up based on our number of fire boons. Sometimes, for those types of things, I think 5 is an important threshold. So, hey, if we were to get that, then sure, maybe that extra dose would be meaningful, but that's only theoretical at this point. Don't exactly think we can be counting on that. Okay, well, we might get more fire here, though. So I do kind of like the additional Apollo stuff. I hate you. Everyone who has armor on this floor is a nightmare to deal with. At least until you get rid of that armor, as we see there. See the expanding size of the cast. It's not super dramatic, but in rooms with lots of basic enemies like this, it is helpful. Kind of saving this Hex until we see bigger enemies potentially show up later, in case there is another wave. Because it looks like there is. Yep. Okay, that was probably not the enemy to hit with that, though. It might have still been the strongest enemy. Another wave? Okay, those explode. I remember that. In addition to having projectiles. Oh, there's a lot of enemies here. It's a very long room. How many waves has this been? Okay, there's the dragon. It is an armored dragon. He's no joke. He is the big enemy that we would very much like to target with this. Nope, don't do that. Oh, I was running away and he still was able to get me. I mean, I did run in a straight line, but still. I assumed the sprint was going to be fast enough to avoid taking the damage. I assumed wrong.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, what do we get from Apollo here? Better version of the damage bonus if we don't take any damage. Revenge damage, that's better. Attack, chance to hit twice this time, a little bit better for this one as well. Oh, and if we take damage, we also daze all foes, which gives them a 20% chance to deal no damage back. Long term, that could have given us some defensive potential. It could still help against Prometheus. Not sure we want to be relying on that 20% chance, but it would probably proc at least once in the encounter. This... I feel like I still want to take the extra dose, though.
The light of the sun.
Okay. This may be the penultimate room. So we have a shop, and then we have the max coin... Oh!
Phrenos, hypnotize.
This is the first shade we've been able to compel. I feel like I must have missed some of them, but usually it gives you a notice of some variety when there is one. So maybe not. Yeah, I feel like this would have just been an empty room with only this bonus, and then this is obviously the shop. Or at least that would be the case if this is truly the penultimate room. 317 gold, it's decent, but not incredible. We should be able to buy 2 things here, maybe not all 3. But that may make a difference. They are inexpensive. That might actually be key here. How many is this just 1 upgrade, or is that 2? I think that's a full Selene boon, so that might be 2, and that might mean we can go all the way up to the next tier, or the next big upgrade, so let's see. And we have 3! Okay, so yes, after using Hex, we get 5% additional damage in the encounter, so especially since I'm pretty sure we're about to go into the Prometheus fight, that means we want to be spamming this as quickly and as often as possible. That way we just get that damage boost as early and often as we can, and stack it as many times as possible, because we have 5% there. Did we get any more here? 5%, okay. So 15% additional damage for the rest of the encounter for every Hex that we use. So basically, use the Hex once, and that's more or less the equivalent of an additional boon. We definitely want this. And then, with 1 more point, we can have the damage scale more over time. We can have the initial hit do more. Or have it deal damage in an area around us. I'm leaning toward... I think these are technically supposed to be more powerful. They have the blue border, but I'm definitely leaning toward this. I mean, I know... Oh, it lasts... Okay, it only lasts 2 seconds, but it hits multiple times per second. So it's not like this is just 40 additional power. I think it's more than that. And it's more than 40 damage per use, more than 40 incremental damage every use each time that we use it in an encounter, whereas I think this is 100 additional damage the first time we use it, and then even if we reactivate the Hex in the same encounter, I don't think it gets that bonus again, at least based on the phrasing. So I think we do go this route.
Such terrifying might.
Then we just barely can't afford both of these. No. Oh, it's so close. Like 1 golden urn close. No. Oh, and I'm sure there must have been one we skipped at some point, right? Accidentally. Oh, that stinks. All right, I mean, we should probably prioritize the Zeus boon. There's a chance it's going to be bad, but we'll see.
I can make an exchange.
We can upgrade our special to inflict blitz, but our special is the one that, Oh, it's Hephaestus. Oh, for a second I thought that was the one from Hera, which we definitely don't want to mess with. I mean, it does give us a big burst of damage, which is nice. Otherwise, blitz is sort of like the opposite, right? Rather than automatically dealing damage in a big chunk, it deals a big chunk of damage after we hit them additional times. The damage is lower, despite being higher rarity. Hold cast to aim where the binding circle appears. Foes are struck by lightning in it. This is the type of boon that I was talking about for fire-related stuff. We have 3 for air, which is not enough for this. Would have been never deal less than 30 damage per hit. I'm not even sure that would have made a difference, because our skills are pretty highly upgraded. I think we're taking this Lightning Lance. Could be helpful against the boss, since we may not want to drop the cast right on top of us, but here comes Prometheus. We've 2 Death Defiances left. Our health is not particularly high. We do have a lot of charge-up synergy, so we succeeded on that front. We'll see how it fares when it comes to the ultimate test.
Here's our prey. Nighthose has excellent vision, of course. Saw you since you first set foot at the base of the mountain. Slowed you down, perhaps, but still, I knew you'd be here now.
Yeah, we knew you'd know. Also, I think there was a minor, patch is maybe even a strong word, but change to make Prometheus's model slightly bigger. Right, not like the 2D model here, but actually in-game itself a little bit bigger. They're like, Prometheus is now more Titan-sized.
Truly. And what shall be the outcome of our confrontation this time, since you know everything? Same as the last?
This is my question, is sure, apparently he knew that we were coming. I mean, that's not saying much. Much like with Kronos, we were attacking, we were going to head down there one way or another eventually. But does he actually know the outcome?
If you knew, the outcome would invariably be rather different than the one that's imminent. Though I suppose I can at least give you a hint.
Oh. Oh! I will admit, I was not prepared for his hint. Oh, okay, those chased after us. I mean, it's still only fought Prometheus a couple times. I don't think we want to stand here. Or at least not there. Okay, yeah, we resisted that just because we resist, like, the first time we get hit in big encounters. But I'm sure that would have dealt a ginormous amount of damage to us if we had not automatically resisted it. I'd rather not. I also can't see you, but I assume you're over there. Uh-oh. Okay. Nope. Oh, that has a vacuum effect. There's not a lot of room for me to move around here. Also, I'm very surprised that I dodged that, because I was in the middle of that animation.
Watch this.
I'd rather not. Okay, so we do this over here. Put it in the corner! Oh, okay, it actually doesn't do that much damage. I'm surprised. You need to dodge out of that quickly. Also, the fact that you put that in the middle, really annoying. Now it finally goes away. Ooh, there's the Death Defiance. That deals way more damage. Also, we should be... Oh, should be using our Hex as often as possible. I don't think we had it back yet, though. To be fair. Now we do. Oh, this is horrible timing, though. I even took damage from that. Okay, what order? This twice, and then move. What? That as well? Did he have 2 that were more or less in the same exact area? And I put that in the middle. That's horrible. That was also bad. Those heat seek us. No! That was also aimed at nothing. No! I'm trying to bait his attack and then dodge it, but he was so fast that I still couldn't, even when I was planning to do that. It does have the additional projectiles, which we honestly haven't even been able to look at very much, but next hit we're dead. And it might be this. Ooh, that was close. Nope. Oh, I ran into the fire. And that's how we died. Man, but he creates a lot of hazards, areas where you can't go. So he can control a lot of the arena, and that makes it tough, and he is really fast.
That Titan's hatred for the gods, it's clouded his senses. He can be beaten.
So, in terms of, you know, how did we fare relative to previous goes, we probably dealt more damage last time we faced him, but fairly similar. We're, of course, just trying to learn more about that encounter because we don't have a lot of experience with it. In general, although we succeeded in building the type of run that we were looking for, it still felt like it wasn't as effective, as powerful as I would have liked, unlike the previous one where we really scaled up our damage with a whole bunch of attack speed and other things that benefited from the attack speed. We got that duo boon, which was cool, especially because we had lots of ways to benefit from the duo boon, but that was kind of not directly working in tandem with all the charge-related stuff that we were doing. They kind of helped each other, of course, but it just wasn't quite the way we wanted to piece things together, I don't think. Like, if, for example, we had gotten to keep the Zeus boon or some other boon that made it really easy for us to just more or less automatically spend our magic without having to stop and charge up an attack, that could have made a world of a difference. So I would be curious to see how we would have fared in that case. Probably still would have preferred to have taken the duo boon, in large part just because we hadn't seen it before, but that technically was something we could have kept if we declined the duo boon.
Not gonna lie, Mel, sometimes I wish I had a big important task. Not that floating isn't one.
Don't worry, Dora. You're haunting this place that no one else ever goes to. It is extremely important as well.
You know my stance on this, Dora. You need to get out of this tent. You're very talented. I've never met a shade that speaks like you.
True.
Ooh, I can talk. Makes me so special. I'm sure any lowly shade could do it after being stuck here listening to you people long enough.
I mean, if you think about it that way, yeah, she is one of, if not the only shade that we've ever heard speak, and that is saying something, because we've run into a lot of shades.
I'm glad you did.
I'm trying to brood. Please get out of my way so that I can brood. Okay, apparently there was not much to brood about. Never mind, then. Okay, but people may have things to say to us.
Where's Lord Moros?
Here comes trouble.
Oh, no. Here comes trouble is right. We did defeat you this time, fortunately.
May moonlight guide us.
Which makes it a little bit easier to talk to you now.
Ooh, babe, you know what? You put up more of a fight out there than I figured. The rail was so hot to the touch I could hardly stand it.
Pleased to be of entertainment for your benefit. Is that all this is to you, then? You jeopardize our continued existence just for a cheap thrill?
Don't go acting like there wasn't part of you that felt a little thrill out there yourself. And now that you've had a taste, you want more, don't you?
Not exactly.
I want you out of these crossroads, and out of my blasted path.
Yeah, something like that.
Too bad we can't have it all.
Just go away. Alright, so we did pick up a few things of note. Okay, we're still waiting for this delivery, apparently. We may be able to cache something in here, though. Let's check.
Interesting.
Or at least there's something new. Okay, attempt to stir Hypnos from his dormant state. Oh yeah, we saw this before, and then it seemingly disappeared at one point in time, but it's good to see that it's back. We do need more mandrakes, though. In fact, that is something we need for a whole bunch of stuff, which is why I think we'd like to take the shovel to... I think that's how we get them on a future occasion. Potentially same deal with the olives. Preserve up to 6 different arrangements of our arcana. That sounds good, but it's kind of hard to picture how that... Does that mean... we'll see it when we get it. Causes Shrine of Hermes to appear in space between each surface region. Oh, we don't have that yet. The mini-shops in between the surface regions. Okay, we have it randomly in some rooms, yes. We saw several of them in the previous run, but it'd be kind of nice to get those in between floors as well. Okay, we can afford this. What does this do? Frozen Life Spring. Reveal Hidden Chamber within Olympus, where we can restore some health. For a second, I thought that was the type of room we saw Dionysus in, but that was not the case. We could not heal there, but I think we definitely would like to add this. Now, it will use all of our irises and half of our adamant, but I think it's still worth it.
Carefully said.
Because healing on Olympus could definitely be a big deal. We had some in the previous run, and it still could have used more. Okay, and then there's this, but that uses our Z sand, and that's what we get from defeating Kronos, and that is not easy to come by. So I'm not as eager to use that.
Your recent travels to the surface. How were you able to survive up there? You were away for longer than I would have expected.
Yeah, you know, that might have something to do with how we made it all the way to the top.
My surface breathing incantation made a difference after all, Headmistress. I still felt the oppressive atmosphere up there, weighing down on me, but not crushing me quite like before.
Yeah, so this feels like a conversation that we would have been having on our first or second surface run after we made that incantation. But I think that since we made it pretty far pretty quickly, we had other things that took precedent over this conversation, so that's why this feels a little bit strange to be coming up so late.
Magic born of your resolve. I'm impressed, though not entirely surprised. May your craft thus protect you ere Olympus is secure.
Indeed.
We're making progress. Okay, what do you have to say?
Another Titan up against us, huh? Prometheus. One of the smart ones, so they say. And now, an enemy. Could have been on our side had your family not, you know.
Alright, yep, I knew you would somehow find a way to blame us for it.
Yes, the whole chain him to a mountain so an eagle could eat his regenerating liver for eons thing. Not one of the proudest moments on Olympus, I have to imagine.
So I was talking about this last time. Yes, that is actually a thing. That is, in fact, how the gods had dealt with Prometheus in the past, and that is why I was surprised that the eagle is now his friend, seemingly? Assuming that is the same eagle.
Come ask me whether he deserves his vengeance if ever you want to feel any worse about that whole mess.
Yeah, I bet Nemesis would be all about the vengeance.
Watch with the treason, Nem.
I mean, that's fair, though.
Prometheus opposes us. Now that one hurts, goddess. Amongst us mortals, he was quite popular. Beloved, even. Gave us the gift of fire.
Right.
Practically made us who we are.
Also right. Those are the two things that he is most famous for.
And in so doing, he violated the will of Olympus.
And that's why he was punished.
Supposedly, he has the gift of foresight. He ought to have anticipated the consequences of his disobedience.
Yeah, you know, the gift of foresight, you would think would be one of those things that would just be incredibly powerful for those who have it, when used properly. He alluded a little bit to how, in our previous encounter, if he or anyone happens to do a particular thing, that changes the potential outcomes. So, you know, he did the classic, like, oh, if I told you what was going to happen, then it wouldn't happen after all. So maybe that is one of the reasons why it's not quite as straightforward as it would seem, but I don't know. It seems like that's a little bit of a cop-out at times.
What makes you think he didn't? All the more reason we admired him. He knew the cost of what he did for us and paid it willingly, or so I choose to think.
Okay.
But all that's in the past. If he's thrown in with Kronos now, he's lost his way.
He's done both.
Yeah. Alright, so we have an idea about how to wake up Hypnos, but we cannot yet do it. Harvest some of these guys. Just want to quickly check if that changes.
What now?
Anything here? We have plenty of poppies. Is there anything we want to prioritize? I don't know that there's anything we can actually plants that we need right now, or that we don't already have an excess of. We get one more wood, we could do this. Oh, this is the Pyre. Yeah, I think we've had the option of getting that in the past, and we chose to prioritize other things instead. Oh, but what is this? We were able to get... Oh, mandrake seeds! Okay, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It seemed like, you know, once upon a time, we were able to harvest things that would usually require a shovel, even when we didn't bring the shovel. At least initially, that was absolutely the case, and that seemed like a bug. But then, as of late, after the Olympus update, it seemed like that was no longer the case. It seemed like they had patched that up. But then, apparently, we were, on that occasion, able to still get one or two of those mandrake seeds without having the shovel equipped, so still not entirely sure what to make of that. I guess we'll go cattail seeds just because I think we have a bazillion poppies, even if those are technically rarer. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I pressed the wrong button. Okay. So there we are. I think that means we've done everything there. Do we have enough stuff to make interesting things happen here? We definitely do not have enough psyche, I can tell you that much. And then for ashes, we have some, not a crazy amount. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. I mean, on the previous run, well, I guess we had ways to get the magic back. It was spending the magic that was more so the concern, but that could have been something would be useful. Oh, we also didn't mess with our starting arcana at all, which we might have been able to tailor to that previous run a little bit more than we did. But that's a little bit interesting. This one, the feather you get from defeating Prometheus, so it'll be a while until we get that, I imagine. If you have no Death Defiance effects, you take less damage and deal more damage. You know what? Sure. Might not immediately activate that, but it's at least a little bit interesting. Oh, and what's this? Activate all surrounding cards. You have 2 additional rerolls, and that starts to get a little tricky with how we activate and deactivate certain things to make that stuff work. So maybe we'll take a closer look at that stuff next time, especially if we are trying to build around a certain type of run. And that may very well also depend on which of the different weapons and aspects we look for, because we did try one of the new aspects for the staff this time round, and maybe we'll prioritize whatever the bonus weapon is, meaning the blades, next time round, and see what we can get from that. And as I said, maybe the shovel is going to be the key thing to give us the resources we need to get some of those upgrades we're really looking for as well. But with that being said, I do think this is a good place for us to wrap up here. Again, maybe not quite our most successful run, but pretty close to it. And we have plenty more stuff to check out next time, and hopefully continue to make more and more upgrades. So thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.